We are so excited. I am very excited. We're ready to roll. The Millers are here. Some people don't know you're here until you tell them you're here. So I'm going to tell you right now, everybody, the Millers are here, baby.
Tell me a little bit about the dynamics on the show.
Oh, this is an amazing show. We got a guy, Will Arnett's character, Nathan, who was divorced. His parents come and visit him, find out he's divorced, they get divorced. It's just calamity and craziness going on. And I'm sure America can relate to this show. It's very family oriented, but also my character, I play Nathan's, Will Arnett's cameraman. So what you're doing right now behind that camera, I'm doing exactly what you're doing, but I'm standing behind you. Understand? Watching what you're doing so I can learn all the little tricks.
And I got to watch it, and the thing I like about you is I feel like you're like the big comic relief.
I am. I'm the one-liner king. I'm the metaphor king. I'm so many things to so many people, and I think this show is gonna. I think the Ray character I play is gonna really connect with the wingman of the world.
I think that everybody's family has something like this in it. Like a bunch of crazy people who are dysfunctional and love each other. Every week, you will see what kind of trouble and what kind of fallout we have with each other and how we come back together. And I wonder how if my husband and I will get back together. I have no idea. We might.
The show is so funny. Are you having so much fun?
Yeah, I am. I'm having a blast. We're here with a great team of people led by our illustrious showrunner, Greg Garcia. I played Earl's dad, and My Name is Earl, which was one of Greg's shows. And so he's the best.
And your character is so funny. It kind of reminds me of my dad in real life, like that. You kind of need help with some things, don't you?
Yeah, well, Greg actually went off on his own parents a lot. And I have little aspects of this guy, Tom. I'm a little bit of a doofus myself, bump into a few walls here and there. In my family, my grandparents, we called them Pack and Loops. My grandfather was the toughest little Englishman, and they just went at it each other constantly, sort of like Carol, my wife, and I do in the show.
I love it. I love the big breakup scene.
Yeah, and they would just slay each other, and our family would just fall out laughing at it, and it went on and on through their whole lives, and then when my grandma died, my grandfather just lost it. He cried like a baby, he really, so you knew that he really loved her, and I think that's kind of what is happening with Tom and Carol, is they throw barbs at one another all the time, but they really love each other down deep.
Is there anyone in that show that kind of reminds you of somebody in your family?
That's someone in my family? My dad's gonna hate me saying this, but there's something about Bo's character that reminds me of my dad, and that sounds horrible. My dad is not as ditzy as the character of Tom in the show, but there's just something so lovable about him that I'm like, it's the lovability factor that I'm like, you remind me of my dad.
Tonight is actually National TV Dinner Night. Do you sit in front of the TV and eat dinner?
I do. My husband and I watch a lot of television with food, right here in front of us. Don't even speak to each other. It's just television and eating, slurping up chicken tikka masala or something.
I know that very well. Okay, any snacks you like too?
Snacks? I'm not a big snacky person. Chocolate. I get if that's a snack. I have chocolate every single night while I'm watching television.
I think I totally approve of that.
It's good for you.
My parents got divorced when I was a little kid, but they were very civilized about it. This is it. This is what happens, And if you can laugh at it, it's better for everybody. You know what I mean? And this is sort of the worst it could be. So people who are watching, who are experiencing themselves, can be like, all right, at least it's not that bad.
First off, I just have to say, you guys seem like you really have good camaraderie on the show. Do you guys do anything outside of the show to bond?
We were just drinking before this event.
I could smell something.
We were just at that the Twisted Fork, the something fork right around the corner.
Oh, I'm missing out.
Experimental drugs and whatever sort of the. I'm kidding.
Cool,
I'm only kidding. I'm only
cool.
Anything else?
Well, I've hired all three of them to work in my yard. Cal does the pool.
I'm really good at the
pool.
pool.
And it's a really good way to keep them in line and to bond.
Well, that's good. I need a cabana boy, so let me remember.
Massages and all that.
Yeah. Chris is actually in charge of giving Tony pedicures.
He says I'm just eye candy. I do the pedicures, but he says I'm just eye candy.
Speaking of eye candy, I noticed your wardrobe. You're wearing a little more than you normally do.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely I'm wearing clothes here. I wear Speedo a lot in the show. That's my bathing suit of choice by the pool, and I'm very proud of it. I'm Speedo and proud. I'm not ashamed of it anymore. I've come out of my shell, and I'm ready to embrace Speedos, and I think they're back.
I think they are, and I think maybe like an American flag one would be good for the next show.
Yeah, it's very patriotic.
Okay, now, so you guys are so manly. Like, what the show's about men. What makes you feel manly? What kind of things that you do?
Jerry Speedo makes me
That
feel
makes you
manly.
feel more manly?
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know if that's good or bad for you.
Listen, I have girls. I have 2 little girls at home, so I deal with enough princesses at home.
Yeah.
Feeling manly is when I get to come to work, and then I have to do Tony's pedicure. It's very manly.
Well, how could you guys have trouble with women? Not in real life, in the show.
I think, look, something like this feels nice when you see these guys, at bars, giving each other really terrible advice in this little bubble. That's kind of where the comedy comes from, right?
Yeah, just because we're great looking doesn't mean that we're smart. Okay.
Look, We Are Men is about a group of guys getting over their divorces or going through divorces, and we're sort of we haven't had much practice of being single, so everyone's going to struggle with us at home and hopefully laugh a little bit along the way.
Well,
Some of the guys have a lot easier time. I mean, Tony's character, Frank, is the smoothest guy in the world, and so, some of them are a little better, some of them need a little help, and I think there's a lot of comedy in it.